mindset's a big deal. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that, okay? And I'll tell you why. My first 5 years in the car business, 2001 to 2006 or so, before I bought my own car lot, and I'm on the line just like you guys, and it was difficult. I was still a top performer, but it was difficult. I had to fight to be on top. And Victor was there the whole time. Victor didn't contest any of this. After I bought my car lot and I lost everything, and I went back to the floor the second time, I had all the same skills that I had before I had the car lot. Good morning. The only thing that changed was my thinking at that point. And I dominated the first Curtis. They wouldn't even have been in the same realm. And everyone else, when I went back to the line, their thinking was so low because they had been beaten down by the economy at that time. We were just going through a depression, 2007, 2008. And everybody's thinking was so low. And mine was at a different place because the amount of stress I went through losing everything I owned and losing that car lot, and now being able to go back to somebody else, bring a pen, and make money on their dime, my thinking was just so different. It was so fucking easy the second time around. And all ships rise with the tide, and we were the number one store in just a few months, right? The skill set was the same. The only thing that changed was my thinking. That was it. That was the only thing that changed. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, all right? First things first, you guys have all heard this before. You're always going to find what you're looking for. That's just the way it is. If you're looking for negativity, you're going to find negativity. If you're looking for the positive in a situation, you're going to find that. So you got to make sure that you're looking for the right things. That requires a conscious effort. You actually got to focus on what you're looking for to make sure you find the right shit, right? Here's just a couple things that I think we could all relate to, okay? Do you focus on what you have and what's available to you? Or do you focus on what's missing? Do you focus on what you don't have and what's not available to you? Okay? And this is not something that anybody needs to answer. We all can relate to this and go through our own minds when we're too focused on what's not available, what we don't have, instead of working with what we have and what's available to us. Okay? Can anybody control the weather? No. When it's raining outside, does that affect our days? When I was in construction, if it rained outside, you had no work. That was it. You did not go to work. There were times it would rain all week, and I had no work all week. The bank didn't give me a week off the bills. The bills were still due, right? At least in sales, we still have the opportunity to come to work and do something productive. What do I have control of? Can I work the phones harder than everybody else around me? Can I drive my own traffic? Can I call my repeat customers and ask for referrals? Can I work the service drive? There's things I can do. So sitting around and bitching about the weather is not going to do anybody any fucking good, right? These little things. Focus on what we have and what's available to us, not what's missing, okay? Focus on what you have control of, not what you don't have control of. And this drives some of my managers crazy when they call me and they start bitching about something. Hey, Curtis, this happened. Okay. What are you going to do about it? Well, I want you to go talk to them. No. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do differently to make sure if that same scenario happens again, you're not going to be in the same spot, right? So you got skated. So fucking what? Whose fault is that? Did you call your customer on the way in? Did you send them a map? Did you send them your cell phone number, tell them to call you when they arrive and you'll make sure you greet them outside? Or did you hope and pray they showed up at 3 o'clock like they said they would 2 days before, and now you're upset because somehow they ended up with Omar? Whose fucking fault is that? Right? Focus on the things that you have control of, okay? And here, are you stuck in the past? Or do we focus on the present and plan for the future? Okay? I'm so sick of hearing people talk about when COVID was around or when this happened or that happened. That's behind us. There's no point in talking about yesterday. That's gone. Okay? You have right now. You need to be focusing on where you're at and what you can be doing better for your future. Talking about the past is not going to get you anywhere. Okay? People that focus on the past, focus on things that are not in their control, right? Talk about what's missing. This creates anxiety. It creates worry. It even creates depression because you get so focused on everything that is not within your reach. Right or not? And some of these guys just want to crap you out because do they ever keep it to themselves? Or they want to make sure everybody around them is aware of what they're thinking. Right? You have to make a conscious effort to make sure that you have the right thoughts, the right vibe. Okay, whether you realize it or not, everybody puts off a vibe. You can't control that. You can control it with your thoughts. But when you introduce yourself to a customer, they feel something. There's some type of transition of emotion and vibe that's just there, right? And if you're focusing on the wrong things, trust me, you're putting off the wrong vibe. Why is there certain guys that everything they touch turns to gold? And then there's certain guys that can't sell a fucking, right? They can't sell firewood in Alaska. They have all the talent, but they always focus on the wrong things and they create this own negative energy around themselves. Does that make sense? You got to make sure that you're focusing on the right things. Here's the crazy thing. We have 60,000 thoughts a day. 80% of them are negative. That's just the way our mind works. Okay? You got to make a conscious effort to think positive and make sure you're letting the right shit in. That also means hearing the right shit. We all have our moments. And if somebody walks up to you and they start spewing that shit to you and they want to tell you about how bad it is and what happened and how this happened to them and my manager fucked me on this and, you know, we used to have it like this, but they changed it. All these things that are past, missing, out of control. Do yourself a favor and do them a favor and check them. Do me a favor. Let's focus on what you do have. Because that ain't doing you no good, and it ain't going to do me no good trying to hear it. Let's get back on the right track, right? Maybe they'll appreciate it, maybe they won't. But they'll probably fucking leave, and you don't got to hear it no more, right? And I can live with that too. You want to be miserable? Go handle it, okay? Have an attitude of gratitude, okay? Again, just a second ago, talked about when I was in construction. Rain for a week, you're out of work for a week, okay? Attitude of gratitude. We are unemployed until we are in front of a customer, right? When you get in front of that customer, have that gratitude that you have an opportunity to earn a commission. Everybody here is commission sales. You have an opportunity to make a living, okay? They've already decided they want a car. The internet did that for us, not us. They already decided they want a solar. The internet or somebody they know did that. We just have to provide customer service and have an attitude of gratitude and make them feel good about spending that money with us, right? So be grateful when you have an opportunity, okay? When you have an attitude of gratitude combined with a winner's mentality, okay, I like to call it a don't give a fuck mindset, okay? And what I mean by that is I don't care what's going on around me. I don't care what the economy is doing. I don't care. I mean, I don't have control over it, but I do care who the president is. But there's things that are not within my control, okay? So I don't give a fuck what's going on around me. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care what it is. If I'm coming to work and I'm going to give up 8 hours of my life that I can't get back, somebody's got to pay for that. That's just how it works. Somebody's got to pay for that. I'm never going to go home and tell my wife and my granddaughter now that I didn't feel like working today, so I just gave up 8 hours away from everyone, just ran out the clock so I can get out of there. I'm going to be there for 8 hours regardless. So I don't care what's going on around me. I came to work to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win every day, right? Does that mean I'm going to sell a car every day? Not necessarily. But if I'm doing something productive that generates residual income, am I winning? Yeah. Let's say there's no customers on the lot. Sometimes we get too caught up in selling a car. What do we come to work to do? Make money. Is self-educating making money? If I spend a half hour a day getting better at my craft, am I making money? Yeah. What separated me from everybody else? I learned how to fucking deal with people. I learned the psychology of people. Okay, I didn't pay so much attention to the cars. Internet does that for me. I learned how to work with people, right? Is making more phone calls than anybody around me going to create more residual income? Okay, here's what separates the real winners, guys. Are you willing to do what others are not willing to do? That's the bottom line. Are you willing to do what others are not willing to do? How many of you here know Alex Urbina? A close friend of mine. I talk about him a lot. He motivates me. I motivate him. Sometimes you guys don't know that you guys motivate me as well. You look to me for inspiration. I get inspiration from all you guys. Everybody's got their own unique piece that brings something to the table. Okay? Alex Urbina is 35 years old. He can retire today and live very comfortably the rest of his life. He has more money than all of us, including myself, a lot more. Okay? You talk about doing something that others are not willing to do. I watched Alex Urbina work 27 days a month hooking for 12 years straight. Not 1 month, 12 fucking years. He barely started taking 2 days off a week this year. He drove a Mazda Mirage to work for 10 years, making more money than all of us, and drove the worst fucking bucket because all he was focused on was shoving everything in the stocks, everything in the real estate. What did he eat for 10 years?
Chocolate and all kinds of crap. He loved chocolate.
What was his bag lunch? A peanut butter sandwich. A peanut butter sandwich. That's what he ate on a 12-hour shift. A peanut butter sandwich. Okay? Cody, am I lying or no? The motherfucker outworked all of us. And at 35, he could stop working right now. He don't. Now he's put himself in a position. He has his own BDC girl. He pays her $4,000 a month. She generates his leads. He sells 30 cars a month and takes the weekends off. Right? He's put himself in a very good position. But he did what others are not willing to do. He grinded his ass off for 12 years. Okay? That's what separates the A players from everybody else. Okay? And you'll hear people say it. They'll go, oh man, I can never do what you're doing. And I go, thank God. I need more you. All right? You don't do what I'm doing. And I'll just keep climbing to the top. Okay?